Welcome in, everybody. Tonight we have got the privilege of talking to our brother Eli. We have spoke to Eli before about his near-death experience. So tonight, I think a lot of you will have probably already seen the 2 episodes that we did over in Mystical Love and Light's channel, talking to Eli about his near-death experience that he had, I do believe, about 2 years ago. So I wanted to dive a little bit deeper into it with everybody, guys. So we'll welcome Eli in and get seeing everybody in the chat first. Hello, Eli, brother. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
How are you? That's in English. How are you?
Okay, it's a nice, beautiful day outside. It's hot, so I'm not outside.
Oh,
So
well,
man,
we're
thank
back
God.
to looking like a we're back
Oh
to
yeah,
looking like an October day. It's been rainy and windy and terrible.
oh yeah,
I don't think
yeah.
we're getting a summer in Scotland. We had 2 weeks of good weather. 2 weeks.
Well, this is supposed to calm
Yeah,
down
right. Well,
soon.
we'll see
But
who's all.
sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Everybody.
Welcome in, everybody. Let's see who's all here. It's terrible. A blizzard. Well, not snow, but rain today. Welcome in, Mystical Love and Light, sis. Welcome in, Eli. But guys, remember to check out Diabolical Debbie's channel on YouTube. She's done it, the link's up. She's got a great channel for telling spooky stories. And you can sit at candlelight at night or even your television light and just let her
That's
play.
awesome.
It's nice. It's good. I think it's like the old-fashioned storytelling. Remember when we used to? Remember I told you that the reason that I loved to get spooked was my mum used to spook us by saying, "It was a dark and stormy night. 3 men sat by a fire." Well, it's those kind of stories. Welcome in, the chairman.
Hey, W Sonic.
I don't think I've
Nice
seen you
Sherry.
before.
Hi, Techno. I think it's probably I shared you out, I guess, and yeah, if you were showing up. So
Welcome in, Sister Shay. What's wrong, Eli? Welcome in,
I said
Techno Shaman.
I did share you out, so maybe they came in.
Good stuff.
Hey, Wolf
Good,
Meryl,
good.
what's up, dude?
Welcome in,
What's
now
going
it's
on?
dark.
I'm in the
Welcome
hot
in,
seat now, so
everybody. Welcome in, Diane. If there's anybody in this guy, come in, Wolfenhound.
thank you, followers. Sorry me
Welcome
to
in,
interrupt.
everybody. Right, so for all the people that don't really know Eli and know his story, would you like to give them a bit of background, Eli, to what you were doing before you fell no well and then after? Give the
Well,
guys a bit
man.
of background on it.
Okay, well, man.
It's okay now to start.
Okay. I was raised on Pentecostal, like, and I had a Christian background, when I was younger, um, and so I kind of lost track of God a little bit, and just went on to my things, lived my regular life, and just went on to like had my daughter and everything, raised her, and lived in Australia for 8 years. Well, I lived in Austin, but came back over here um, to Cairo, Texas. Now I'm in San Marcos, Texas, and so COVID happened. Everybody knows about that, So then, like a couple years later, got sick. You know, uh, at first I got home, I didn't feel nothing. This is a week before. And then my family got sick. I was living with my mom at the time and my sister. Um, and everybody got sick. And I was like, damn. So I thought, okay. Then I start coughing. And then I thought, I'll start coughing a little bit. I was like, okay, it's nothing. I'm going to take some cough medicine. And I was like, maybe it was just my mind playing with playing with me, thinking, oh my God, like maybe it's nothing. So then I start coughing, couldn't breathe, was hurting a lot. And, like a week later, that's when it started progressing. My sister said, man, your lips look blue, Even my fiance said that too. Uh, so my sister called the ambulance, and I was delay. Was it delay?
That's okay.
Okay,
Just keep
okay,
talking, Eli, and we'll just
okay,
not talk over each other.
okay, okay. So anyway, um, ambulance was called. I was sitting in the front near the door, and they're talking to me, and I couldn't breathe. I was like I was just like, man, coughing at the same time. And then two workers from the ambulance came in the house, took me off, and it was funny with this one paramedic said, "Hey, I'll catch you, big boy," and I'm like, "Yeah, right." I was like, this scrawny little girl too. I was like, "Yeah, hey, what's up?"
God.
And I was like, "No way!" I was like, they, because I was about to faint. I was about to just hit, man. I was just about to just,
Yeah, hit the
call it
deck.
quits because I was so weak. I was coughing. Um, so I made it. Thank God, I made it to the bed and everything. They were wheeling me out, and all I seen was the back of my garage, and boom, I was gone
That
to
was you.
avoid. Yeah, it was scary. You know what I mean? It was really like where am I at? It was sort of
Mhm.
like oh, you're like, it's not a whirlwind. It's like it sounded like one, like you were a big tornado.
Yeah.
I've never been in
I've
one,
had that feeling.
and it was like that, and all of a sudden you hear people, help me. Sorry, even kids, even like 8 year old, 10,
Yeah.
it sounded like it, even adults. I
So
mean,
the minute
they're
you
like,
crossed that line, you started hearing spirits straight away.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
straight away. Like it felt like I was meant to, like I deserve to be there. That's my new reality in the world. It's just like you
Right.
being here. It's a new reality to you. I mean,
Yeah.
everything. Like, when you die, like you forget about your family, your loved ones, everybody that you
Yeah.
cared for. So you're like it's just like a quick second.
Right.
You're in that void. It's like, I mean, you're not even thinking about nothing. You're
Yeah.
just thinking, where am I going? So then all of a sudden, boom! I hit the floor of the hospital on the hospital bed, and
Hmm.
all I know, I see myself. I'm all with hold my neck and everything else, the ventilator and everything.
Yeah.
Um, well, see, I was told, I was sort of like, it's a feeling or knowing, or someone told me telepathy, hey,
Yeah. It's just in the back of your head. I get
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
you got hit by a car. That's why you're here. And man, and I seen it. I seen what they're talking about. You know,
Yeah.
um,
But that's
and
but that could have been a previous life. Remember we were talking about
yeah,
last time?
yeah,
That
yeah,
could have been a previous life that you had been hit by a car.
yeah. And what's so weird about it is like you can see like the store, you can
Hmm.
see like people walking out, you can see the car that hit you, but that never
Hmm.
happened. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, what? So then
It
all of a
goes
sudden
back to
people,
that theory about spirits lying as well, doesn't it?
yeah,
About like the spirits
yeah,
can tell you lies, and it shows that they can plant false memories too, though,
yeah,
unless it
yeah.
was a previous life.
And who knows? I mean,
Or
there's
maybe
like,
they were portraying onto you how they died,
yeah.
you
Well, see,
know?
I was
They could have been
thinking,
showing you how they died.
yeah, I was thinking too. It was just like I was looking at the room. I seen the window. I seen a little window, and I see that same lady I was going to talk about later. That was helping me out, blonde headed woman. She was
Hmm.
sitting there helping me. Sitting saw the window. There's a black guy that came in, a doctor. He was putting me up. He was putting me up just to connect me to the air thing. And I don't know how he had me talking. I don't know.
Hmm.
He was just like, "Okay, try your voice out now." And it
Right.
sounded like a air coming out my my pipe,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, oh, he goes, oh, not yet, don't worry about it. And then the back of me, there's things hanging, like like things I like to eat, like cookies, and it's crazy, but little things like
Right.
knickknacks. And then I seen a phone
Hmm.
ringing. The phone was gold, by the way,
Yeah.
and it was my fiance calling me. You know what I mean, like because she was, wants to leave nice things on
See,
the
that's
phone and everything else.
interesting. We'll talk about that later, guys, about the phone ringing because it's important. So you
Yeah.
could hear the phone ringing when you were under, right?
Oh yeah. All I heard is a phone ringing,
Right.
ringing, ringing, ringing. Um, so, so I was, I was just laying there. You know, I felt like I seen myself on the floor, but I was just crawled
Right.
up like this. I seen myself, but I felt myself doing
Mm-hmm.
that on the floor, just, just cradling
Yeah.
myself.
Right.
All these voices just
Yeah.
like,
Comfort.
no one's not gonna love you, no one's not gonna. I mean, the woman would hate, you know what I mean, with the eyes. Everybody's gonna hate you.
Yeah.
No one's not gonna miss you. No one's not gonna love
Mm-hmm.
you. And I say, and he was like, you see those people over there? They're looking at your emails, and I seen this one guy. He was a janitor there. Oh my God, him, like God said, don't ever trust him. Don't ever,
Yeah.
like because
There's
he was
still
he
a bit
was
of
up to
spirit
like
in the hospital, guys.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's a guy that you shouldn't trust. And different people too, don't trust that one. And then you see, like, it's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You see all these doctors together talking about my health or talking about another person's health.
Yeah.
And there were clipboards and stuff like that writing. That's new. I didn't mention that. So and so they're in this group, this round
Yeah.
table, and they were just on the black doctor. He was just on there. He goes, ha 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 ha. Look at that. Ha ha. You know what I mean? Like and my daughter was also emailing me. I don't know how, but yeah. But they were just making fun of everything that I loved. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
and that I cared
Yeah.
about in it in that way because
Yeah.
like it's I mean
So
even
do
then.
you think
But
you were maybe seeing the doctor sitting round a table discussing your health because you were so ill? Do you think maybe
yeah,
you were seeing the doctors around the table talking about your health?
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that too.
So it shows you that. Do you want to tell the guys a bit about when you were in your near death experience, when essentially when you were dead? That's what you were dead. Do you want to tell the guys a bit about when you looked at people, you could tell all their sins and you could and things like
Yeah,
that? Do you
yeah.
want to tell them a bit about that experience?
I can I can tell like I was saying like with doctors and everything. I could tell who they were, what they were like. I could tell what they were feeling. I could tell if doctors were tired, just coming in, switching me around, like pulling me this and that. Wiping
Hmm.
my butt.
Yeah,
Like on the. So I mean, and I could see them doing that, and I was like, what the hell's going on? Like, I mean, it's just a fear, like, and like you can see, like, man, people visited me, little kids, you know what I mean,
yeah,
like my brother's kids, and they were innocent. They were just like, they knew I was there, but they didn't communicate with me. You know what I mean? And well, I mean,
yeah, because they're kids. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just the evilness of people, Like, I remember this one guy. He was back there. He was looking through a window, glass window, Um, and I could tell he was just off the streets. I don't know why they hired him for. He wasn't even doing his job.
right.
That's what I felt.
Yeah.
And he came in there,
Hmm.
are you okay? And I had my little tube fall out. I could see myself. I could see my throat and it came
Yeah.
off. And I was looking through a window and he goes, oh,
Right.
I'll be back. Well, it's kind of crazy because you know how a popsicle stick looks like, right? It was like that, but it was crazy looking, but
Uh-huh.
whatever, you know. So
Right.
so then he's over here flirting with this one lady who left the room, and I heard my family out there. When is he gonna wake up? When is he gonna wake up? And then I'm just laying there and I'm looking at this doctor. I mean, I can't breathe, and I'm just like, hey, like, what's up, And then I see these filing cabinets with my name and my daughter's name, and
Right.
two boxes, two paper boxes on the floor.
Right.
And then I
Hmm.
remember what was that for? But it felt like I was in a doctor. Not a hospital room. I feel like I was in a doctor's office. And I was just like,
Right.
it
Okay.
felt
See,
like
that could
it.
go back to being us past life as well.
Yeah,
See, guys, when we were talking to Eli, we had kind of figured out that because you'd need to go back and watch it on Mystical's channel, the two episodes, but through Eli talking to us about things that he had seen while he was under, we actually think that he has actually revisited past lives as well. Because do you want to tell them a bit about the older things that you've seen, Eli, like that are related maybe to not these days, if you know what I mean, like a long time ago. Do you want to tell them a bit about that?
There was this
About
one
the
where,
things that you've seen?
yeah, there was this one like there was a hole in the ground, and I had went under like that, and it landed me like in, I want to say 1800s, 1700s.
Yeah,
And then I remember there was a kid. It felt like a kid and two adults.
right.
They got those those old tomato, those old potato sacks, you know, and they were
Yeah,
under a bridge. They were making a bridge,
right,
and they were putting sand, they were
right.
putting dirt in there, and they looked back at me and he said,
Yeah, there you go.
"God, we got to give you money, man, so you can go back up there." They're like, maybe, and they just look back at me with the hate, like the looks, and they're like, you got to go, man, and so here I go back up, whom a big old hole, like a tiny hole, just that much, and I ended up in a security room, and I seen the screens. There were like maybe five up there, and it went down to one, and 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 a voice said to me, "Don't let that guy go out." I think it was a security guard. It was a Megs. It was a security guard, and God told me, "Don't let that guy go out there. Something's gonna happen to him." So I run to the door and I said, "You can't go out there, dude. You can't." Well, the
Right.
craziest thing about that is one of my friends that I talked to went through that, and he told me when I was on the phone, and he was all
Right,
like, he says, "Dude, what's up with my computer screen?"
right,
Because he was on break, and some commotion was going on outside,
right,
on the other side of the parking lot, or he seen some kind of light or something. So I said, "Dude, don't go out there." I
right.
explained to him about that. He goes, I said, "Don't." He goes, "Are your door?" Because I didn't know. He goes, "Are your doors metal?" He goes, "Yeah, it protects people from coming in." So I was just like, "Well, that's it. Don't have him go back there and open it up."
Don't what?
And
Mm-hmm.
there's another one where I'm laying on the bed, and there's this the female nurse come in, and she plays along with the role of what happened to me. But so I was laying there, she's taking care of me. I seen like six windows. The floor was clean. It feels like I was in one room, but it was like long, like it was like there's no beds in the mine, and then she was all like, "Okay, you're
Right.
almost better."
Mm-hmm.
And then a voice, some menacing voice said, "Now I'll let you survive if you go," because I feel like I was a truck driver. He goes,
Right.
if you go kill this person." And then I see myself at a gas station, cleaning myself up. And then,
Right.
so then that God just took me out of that
See, it
little
makes you
spot.
wonder then if that was that spirit's experience and he was trying to kind of blame you for his crime, you
Yeah.
know,
Well, see,
and he for portraying that memory onto you.
yeah. Well, see, what the weirdest thing was when I talked to this guy, um, he he was on the internet. I'm not gonna say his name or anything. He told me to share a story. Um, he had told me,
Yeah.
he goes, "Dude," he goes, "I was really depressed at one point, and he got a divorce, his kid died or whatever, or something got taken away, and he
Mm-hmm.
was hospitalized for like losing it.
Right.
So and so
Mm-hmm.
what the most weirdest thing is he told me, yeah, I was ready to hurt somebody, and he's sort of like a truck driver. He's
See,
had
there
a
you
lot,
go.
a lot
That
of people.
could be the memory.
Yeah, why am I living other
See, the
people's
memory
lives?
could be also in those rooms.
Yeah.
Because, see, who knows? It could be just, see, because you're awake and you're sleeping or you're deceased, you're still at energy. So because this person's still alive, their energy could still be connecting to you. It's the
Yeah.
same as people that can astral travel. They're still
Hmm.
alive, but their spirit goes somewhere else. So
Yeah.
you could probably subconsciously be tuning into his
Yeah.
energy and him vice
Well, see,
versa to you.
and I died twice. I mean, like they tried to revive me. So I had a
Mm-hmm.
DNR or whatever you call it. I had to resuscitate me. You know, I think that's the most weirdest feeling that you can ever feel is when you're gone and you know that you're gone. And you can never come back. It's
Yeah.
that loneliness, that fear, but you
Mm-hmm.
can't control it. It's sort of like a magnet. It tugs you. You know what I mean? It's not out of a
The
body.
feeling of this is finally me. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd
It's
be the
that feeling
feeling.
of
I
like,
can imagine it to be the feeling of, oh, right, okay, that's me, I'm dead. Was it that type of
yeah.
feeling, like, okay, that's it, I'm dead?
No. It was sort of like I mean, your emotions are not there. I mean, yeah. Well, you're you,
Yeah.
but when you die in your spiritual form. You are who you are when you
Yeah,
die. You
true.
don't get
Your human
you don't
emotions
get,
go
but
away.
don't mind me. I'm just saying everybody's death is different than mine.
Yeah, of course it is. Mm-hmm.
All you guys are gonna feel different when y'all die.
Yeah.
But for me, to be honest, I didn't even think about my age. I didn't. I mean, all my
Right.
pain. I felt lightless. I felt lightness. Like to me, I was just going for a ride. I was going for a ride and seeing all
Right.
this stuff that's happening to me. You know, I
Yeah.
remember there was one point. I was in the pod. I was like in the little pod, like the little pod, and to me, it felt like I wasn't. But to
Right.
me,
Mhm.
it felt like that little pod you're in. I want to say pod. It's a little block pod.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever seen those little?
Basically, yeah, I know what you mean. It's
Have you seen the little glass thing where you have your family in and everything, and your pictures and everything? But it's like a pod. It's like a prison.
oh, look, the
I
little
remember.
cubes. Yeah, I get what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
Right,
it's a
you felt as
cube.
if you're in one of them. Right, I
Yeah,
get what you
it's a
mean.
cube.
Yeah.
I say pods. I call them
Right.
pods. But so you're in there, right? But to you, that's your whole universe. You're not thinking, "Oh my God,
Right.
you know what I mean?" Um,
Yeah.
but
Did you get out?
I remember just hanging there like this, like on a pipe, area, and people were just washing me
Yeah.
down with hot water, laughing at me, telling me I was worthless and all that other stuff. I could feel that, and I remember looking at the clock. Why was I? There was no time and space, but there was a clock. I think it's the day I died, but there was a clock that wasn't moving.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and when I was looking at it,
Right.
I heard my
Make
daughter,
you
I heard my
aware of
mom.
time, probably.
Yeah, I did, but then I heard my mom was like, "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
how can we get in this bank to take his money? How can we do that?" It was these little sneaky words, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That I heard, and they're like, "Oh, we got to get him out of." It
Yeah.
was wet, it was damp, it stunk. I mean, it stunk like rotten. It stunk like it was just like that floor of filth, of blackness, and filth,
Yeah,
water
it could be another
everywhere. Like,
past life. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I
I
mean, I don't know what it.
definitely think there was something going on with your spirit was getting shown all these things. I think it was
Yeah.
definitely past lives they were showing you, or you were
Well,
seeing
the
some
crazy,
spirits.
the crazy thing was
Pardon?
is that crazy thing was like my daughter went to an appointment like oh man that was like years ago for her rehab and
Right.
it was downstairs and I see these pipes
Right.
going every how they don't fix it right it was an old train station. That's the reason why it was like all
Right, I get you. Mm-hmm.
downstairs. Yeah, the old train station. And I was like, is
Dripping.
this what I'm seeing? Was I meant to see these old pipes everywhere in the
Mm-hmm.
ceiling? I mean, what was I supposed to? Was I meant to see this? You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, that's what I want to know. Like, I want to know. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, there was
Why were
more
they
to.
showing you all?
Yeah, there was more to the corridor to the corridor, like you know what I mean, like the hallway that I cannot
Uh-huh.
remember. It's like it just like well, wait, hold on. I don't want to think about it, but yeah, it was more
You're
to
maybe not meant to
corridor.
remember some of it though. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Hold on a second.
Also, you had said as well, I know that some of the guys have had the experience. Oh, he's popped out. He'll be back, guys. Some of the guys have had
Sorry
the
about something about it.
experience of when they're talking to their spirit guides that they get took out in a boat into the body of a lake. you felt as if at one point you were took to the middle of a lake as well, didn't you, Eli? Do you want to
Yeah,
talk a bit
well,
about that?
there was one point. Okay, they were talking. Okay, I had everything on my throat to, like, help me breathe, like the ventilators. I was on the ventilator with double pneumonia. The
Right.
COVID went away, double pneumonia, and I have 15% to live. So they put me
Mm-hmm.
on the vent. So they're saying, okay,
Right.
what I heard right now is update. I just found out like a couple of days ago. My fiance said that they were going to transfer me to Austin, Texas, but I wouldn't have survived. So what they
Right.
did, they got with my mom and
Oh,
my brother and my sister, and they were outside in the hospital bay. You could see the two ambulances. You could see like parking lot. I mean, it's weird. But let me get the story. I'll tell you in a minute. Okay, so I'm laying there like on the
okay,
trash
just
can
talk, Eli.
on my back. It's on my back on the
Right.
like on the trash can like that. But I felt the water bringing me into the ocean or whatever it was,
Right.
river. I'm missing all these comments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sorry guys, I'm not saying nothing to. Um,
They're talking to each other and things.
oh,
That's
okay,
okay. We'll get
okay,
questions in 10
okay.
minutes, guys.
So, uh, so then, and mind you, I remember the doctor saying we can't put that trait in there, or else he's too weak to go in surgery. And look at the trait was right
Right.
here in my throat, right here, and that helps you like that they could feed me in the tube, and
Yeah.
so I told
Mm-hmm.
my mom, I said, "This is what you were wearing," and they're like, "Wow!" And all of a sudden, I dropped in water. They left me out there. And I remember just going into the water, and then someone said, "Not yet." Boom. And then I'm in the little shallow water. I see all
Back
these
to someone
hospital.
else.
I see all these hospital equipment, and they were all tugging at me and everything. And I got the phone. I was like, "Oh, I got my phone! I got my phone!" And it had all these attendants
Right.
everywhere, and there was like a wavelength in my mind, like it's a spirit. And I heard like a couple
Right.
people that
Mm-hmm.
I knew know on YouTube. They were trying to communicate with me, but that wave, it's so
Right.
weird. When you're dead and they try to communicate with you, the wavelength is just so weird. It's a weird feeling when you guys try to do
See,
that.
that's because they're thinking about you. I mean, think about it. I'm sitting here right now and I'm talking to you. Our energies are connecting. They're
Yeah,
connecting just as much as if we were on the phone to each other. So it
yeah,
shows you that your spirit can connect to another spirit just by thought, with
yeah,
voice, with thought, and because
yeah,
it's all energy. So the minute that somebody's thinking about you or you're thinking about somebody else, it sends out like a kind of wave to connect to that person. And if you're spiritually open,
yeah,
especially in the
yeah,
spiritual realm, you will feel that.
yeah. You do, and like
You know?
I mean, you do like now when I talk to my fiance and my kids, I can feel what they're feeling. I can feel like, oh my God, he's gonna yell at me. You know what I mean? You can feel
Yeah.
the wavelength you have with certain people now. And you know
Hmm.
how to connect with your loved ones. You know,
Yeah.
um, but going back to that, I was sitting down on this chair. I was sitting on this chair, and there was a lot of hospital equipment. There was a hook on my shirt. I don't know why, but there was a hook on my chair, and
Right.
I remember trying to get up. I was trying to get up, but and I was
Hmm.
just like, and I see an altar. I see the church. Remember I was a Pentecostal guys.
Right.
I mean, I'm just letting everybody
Yeah.
know I was Pentecostal, and I believed in all that. So I believe in God. I still do. So
Yes.
so I remember those doctors walking around everywhere, and I was just like, what? I was like, and I couldn't get up. It's just that odd feeling of like, you stop and you pause. It's like this is my new reality. Like, I mean, the feeling of
Right.
like where am I at? But this is me, and you're breathing
Hmm.
in
I
air
get
that's
it.
not
Yeah.
breathable. Like it's weird.
Hmm.
Um, but
Did you
yeah,
at any
it
point
took me
ever
from
run
there.
into any of your deceased loved ones?
I sure did.
Did
I
you ever
sure
at
did.
any point run into maybe a grandfather,
Well,
a grandmother?
some were mine. There were my fiance's. I went to I went ice fishing, and it was all icy out there. I want to say North Pole, but
Right.
it's not. You know what I mean? Like, so I was. It was really icy, and this guy, he was just like
Yeah.
fishing, and he goes, "Hey, welcome." There was this bigger woman too. And they're like, "Hey, welcome."
Right.
Like it was just that loving energy where like, "Hey, you can
Right.
stay here
Yeah.
and you don't have to go anywhere." And I'm just like, "Yeah, okay, yeah." Like, I mean, it beats better than what I was doing earlier. And then
Why
and
them
then I and
trash
then I see
cans?
and then I see a tugboat. Like, but that guy always wanted a tugboat in life.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
it was weird. You know what I mean? Like, then after that, I was sitting in a chair, and like in on this chair there was a TV, but there was some weird stuff on the news or whatever it was, and all of a sudden I see in the kitchen, the countertop, I see this big old thing with M&Ms, big old jar like
Right.
this. Back to me
Right.
there was a sofa TV, a playground in the back. I knew because when you're dead, you don't turn your head, like you're not there
Yeah, you
anymore.
can
You're
just
not.
yeah,
Your eyes
you
go
just
from your
know it.
back. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I was seen upstairs and everything. It was a beautiful apartment, So then this cop comes in and she goes in front of my face. She goes, "It's your fault they took her." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" I mean, you just
You
there
were
for the wrong.
obviously put into different people's experiences. You've got
Yeah.
to have been either that
I
or they
was,
were past lives. I feel as if you maybe have been, because your spirit has been probably still in the hospital when this is
yeah.
going on. You're maybe even taking on other people's experiences while you're in the hospital,
Yeah.
jumping in and out their experiences. Do you want to talk about when you thought that you met God?
Oh, sorry. I was just reading what Fire Horse said. You
We
know.
will go through the comments, guys. I promise. Okay, I'm just trying to get as
We will.
much out, Eli, while we're
Um.
talking.
Well, we got. I mean, like he's a big old joy of light. Like I
Right.
remember, and when I was reaching back, and you could feel the love, the kindness, the I mean, that you're safe. You know what I mean? Like, and I remember I was laying there. I was done. I mean, dude, I was done. I mean, you wanted water, you can't drink the water. And you
Mhm.
wanted everything so bad that you can't have it, but it's in front of you. I mean, you were
Yeah.
being tortured, but I told God, I was like, God, I'm done. And then I seen his shoe, his foot,
Mhm.
it's not one of those little regular sandals we wear. None of those flip
Yeah.
flops. It
Right.
was old. It was old, wear out. I said, God, I'm done. But it feels like he was going to, he was leaving me.
Right.
And then he told my mom, it was a big old beautiful cloud. Showed my mom. My mom's walking away from me, and then there was
Uh-huh.
this my uncle because he was sick a long time ago. He was
Right.
paralyzed, but he got better and everything. He's walking by on his own, but he was sitting in his wheelchair with a bag with this pee and everything going on. And he
Right.
goes and he goes he was telling my mom, "Don't walk away from him. Don't call his
Mhm.
name."
Right.
And then all of a sudden, like he goes, there was this tribal music with horns playing. It
Right.
was it was a mixture of love and caring and light. I mean, it was. And God said, "Are you ready to go home?" And I said, "Yeah." But deep down, I wanted to go home. Deep down, I didn't know what the
Yeah.
meaning of. I mean, I just wanted my torture to end. You know what I
Right.
mean? I wanted to end because I was ready, God. I was just like, like, you know what I mean? Like, but then all of a sudden, yeah, I woke up. There was like all these. I guess they were taking out the tubes because the doctor was just like 15% of life, and he's coming back. You know what I mean? Like, and there's just like roaches coming out and everything, and it was disgusting. It was just like, and then I see my
Yeah.
mom. I mean, yeah. So it was just experience where just like when I woke up, I didn't want it. I was just like, oh, I'm back. I'm back. There's a weird thing on TV.
You were.
yeah, all these weird, scary shows. I was like, what the hell?
See,
I
guys,
was like,
we've got a bit of a theory.
I'm
Do you
sorry.
feel as if your fiance had a hand in bringing you back? See, guys, to let you
He did.
understand, when Eli was telling his story to us, he had that many different experiences jumping in and out, which we believe was past lives. He was also being shown a lot of things that wasn't nice, such as the little boy getting killed and things. So we believe that he was being shown different things either for a reason to come back and learn others and experience that he's had his past lives. And he was feeling emotions around other people. Anybody he looked at, he could feel the emotions of them, and he could see everybody's sins. So it got to a point that I do believe Eli had enough, and he was kind of begging God to either take him or let him go back. And I do believe that God
Yeah.
was showing him all these experiences and showing him why he was allowed to go back,
Well,
because
can I say
Eli's
something
got a
about that?
kind
Like,
soul and he can
oh, hey,
teach.
pizza. Oh, can I say something about that? I'm sorry for interrupting you, but
It's okay,
you're right
right?
about that. You're right about that because you know what?
It's okay.
God knows your future. God already has everything written out. I mean, I know that you have your own
Right.
belief and everything, but I'm just sharing it out where I have
Yeah.
how I
No, I
felt.
still believe in
Well, I
God
mean,
and Jesus and
yeah,
things, yeah.
yeah. I mean, God, He wouldn't have brought me back if He knew I wasn't going to be whatever I did wrong that I need to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't have sent me back to the earth. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like, and God knows. I mean, I know that you guys think, well, he don't hear my prayers. He don't knows how I feel. He does. Trust me. He knows. He's
Yeah.
hearing you. And you know why I will say that? Because there's always someone. There could be someone knocking at your door, and let's say you're hungry, and you're like, hey, I got a barbecue next door, or I got things going on.
Yeah.
There was one time.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like it's like one time, my mom was down in her luck one time. Mom, she's a single mom. She raised four kids, and we were struggling one time. This is when I was a kid, mind you.
Yeah.
And they knocked at the door. They're like, "We're having a potluck at the church. You guys want to come over?" And it's a sign of you know, of someone just like um uh giving you that love back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
God
Mm-hmm.
always blesses you no matter what. That's why. Yeah, I do, and yes, I agree with that. And God knows we're good people, Mystical. We are loving people. But
Mm-hmm.
why did I sometimes think, why did I go through that, Mystical? Why? Like, I mean, okay, well, I'm not gonna lie. Look,
See, I think I've got a theory about it. I've got a theory about why you were put through it, Eli. I think, to let you understand, guy, before any of this happened, Eli and I actually met through the paranormal, because Eli does interviews as well. He talks
yes.
to big teams and things about their paranormal experiences and things. So when this has happened to Eli, my theory is the fact that God and everybody knows your path before we do, they set your path out. And you
Mm-hmm.
obviously, between making your own choices, set your path out. So I feel as if they've been taking you through past lives. They've also been taking you through certain pieces of trauma. Maybe it was
Mm-hmm.
your trauma, maybe it was a different spirit's trauma. So that when you come back, you've got that little bit more empathy, knowing, realization, whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it, to other people's experiences, either with spirits, either with people, because you're probably much like me in the past, where I always thought that everybody was nice and everybody didn't lie to your face and things. And it's probably just a bit of a wake up call from the man himself to say, look, people do this, Eli. You
Mm-hmm.
know, there is crimes like this in the world. Take the rose tinted glasses off. There is evil people, so that when
Mm-hmm.
you now do continue to do what you've doing in the past, which is your interviews, talking to people and things, even doing this show, it's educating people, it's
Yeah.
making people realize, like what Mystical said in the comment, to
Yeah.
make people aware that spirits know who you are. God and the
Mm-hmm.
angels and the ancestors and everybody, they're around us all the time. You
Yeah.
cannot lie. You cannot hide your feelings. And I
No.
think it's been in the plan, if you like, for you to do these shows so that
Hmm.
it does give people a more recognition to what happens in the other side.
Well,
If
I
there's
mean,
anything you could tell anybody about your experience, like a
yeah.
teaching, if you like, what would you tell them?
How I would feel about it, like, I mean, like about dying. I
Yeah,
mean,
but people to do better in this life
oh,
type of
well,
thing while they've got the chance.
just I mean, honestly, how in my religion, y'all guys know. I mean,
Yeah,
be right by
that's okay.
God,
It
and
doesn't matter about
have
religion.
God in your heart, and no matter how much good deeds you do, or you do all this, I mean, you're not going to enter into the kingdom of God. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to give him you got to surrender yourself, not well, surrender your soul to him into his bosom. You gotta, and then you're gonna feel that. I mean, to be honest, like I'm still working on, with my interviews. Like I'm not there yet to do it again
Yeah, I know.
because I know how it feels. I know what God showed me,
I
why
know.
spirits are here and why they linger and everything. And like when people say, "Oh, there's kids that were left behind," and I'm just like, it's a whole different thing there. But like, come on, like you know what I mean? Like, I mean, things mimic them. I mean, I understand kids that are over age, a certain age, they
Yeah.
they, they know what's right and wrong. Yes, but like the little ones before them, God takes them. Even the
Yeah.
mentally ill. You know what I mean? They hang themselves. I mean, you got a little bit of time to tell God, forgive me, God, what I do. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Just forgive me, please. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like with the God knows that, like everything you do in life comes back to you when you die. I mean, there's some like people that commit suicide or something like that. They don't have people to talk to. They don't have people to go to them. They don't got the right program to help them out with, and that's how I feel that that we need to open up as a community and to talk about feelings with other people. And that's what I like when when you talk to people. I'm glad you give them a platform to go talk to them, and you're not
Yeah.
judged. You
Of
know.
course. Yeah. See, I feel as if we're all ghost hunters and things, as you know. Do you feel as if we we're doing the spirits an
Right.
injustice or a justice by going out and talking to them? Do you think there's certain spirits should be left alone? Do you think ghost hunting's a
Yeah.
good idea? What do you feel about that?
They well, there should. I mean, I'm not like I said. Everybody's death is different. Like
Yeah, no.
I mean, imagine what I went through. If you guys want to know more about the story, hit
Yeah.
go to Miss School's page, and there's more to
Yeah,
it.
definitely
But
check out the two interviews,
yeah,
guys, because it does
yeah,
give you a little bit more in
it helps
depth
their
with
views
what the
out.
best do.
So help you.
Yeah.
There's more to it. And I got a channel. I'll see if you guys want to know more about details too on mine.
Yeah,
So anyways,
definitely, guys.
um, anyways, like I'm sorry, I'm off track.
It's okay. Don't worry.
Um,
Take your time.
oh yeah,
I was
so
asking, do you think
I
ghost
feel
hunting's a good idea?
yeah. Imagine everything I went through, and then um, whoever is um, whoever is talking to you in the spirit box. Imagine them, try to communicate with you, and them going through their torture, as
Yeah.
well, what they're
Yeah.
going through in life. I mean, you gotta next time go to them and say, look, I know you're going through your own demise right now, what you did, if you're,
Right.
of your own death, but you got time to talk to me
Right.
once you
That's a
settle
good
down.
point.
I
Hmm.
mean, they're human just like us. They
So, do
are.
you think maybe then when we're going to these places talking to the spirits, because I've never thought of that before, Eli, that they're maybe being hopped to place by the higher beings, and we have just caught them at a specific time and spot
Yeah.
in time, such as maybe the spirits came here because God wanted to show him something that I do, much like he wanted to show you. Do you think maybe that happens more than we know? that it places spirits into people's homes to say, look at what's happening here. Maybe to let that spirit learn. Do you
Um,
know where I'm getting to? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
like you're
Like
breaking up.
maybe, for example, maybe I'm talking to the spirits one night in my home, and one of those
Yeah,
spirits could have been you, for example, when you were being made hop to place to
yeah,
place. Do you feel as
yeah,
if maybe some of the spirits that we talk to are still hopping, if you know what I
yeah.
mean?
I agree. I agree
Yeah.
with that. I mean, because I've been through it. I've been through it where
Yeah.
I mean, like
It's an
you're going to one
interesting
place to
theory, isn't
another.
it?
Yeah, it's like okay, it's like this. Like let me think. Okay, it's like imagine this. Imagine you die, right, and you're going back. You're oh my god, I'm gonna go into the light. I'm gonna wherever you're gonna go, and it feels like you can pull back into a still
Yeah.
room, and you're stuck there because someone opened a spirit box or someone opened an app. You know what I mean?
Right.
I
Hmm.
mean that can cause you more health problems. That can cause you, I don't know,
Yeah,
but
no, I get it. I get it.
you
See,
know
it's
that
much like the fact. See, it's much like your fiance calling you, because when Eli
yeah,
was under, guys, his phone was right behind him, and he kept hearing the phone ringing, but he couldn't
hmm
get to it. So we have a theory that with his fiance keeping phoning, it was making Eli's spirit only go to a certain length, and then the phone would ring and come back. So, in theory, the fact that we say to people, stop mourning so hard because you're keeping the spirit here. So, what was Eli's fiance? Did she manage to keep Eli's soul in this
yeah.
realm by keeping calling him? You know,
Well, I tell you
it's a
that
thought.
like she kept me here because she's like I remember talking to her and she told me she was watching TV one night and this is the day before I woke up. She had a dream. I
Right,
was walking out of the hospital, right? And then she see me at the corner of her eye, just peek around the corner,
right.
and I was talking to her. She could hear me. I mean, audibly, she could hear me, saying, I'm tired. Help me. Help me. There's a story to that real quick. I remember laying in the hospital room. I see a big old red button, and I couldn't reach the help because there was this big old helicopter. Some of these things I tell you, it's like so unreal but so silly. You know what I mean? Like, and it was a big old hospital, a big old helicopter going around the building.
Yeah.
Everybody was running, and I couldn't run because I was stuck on the vent. May
Yeah,
RP
some of
life
it
was
will be
going on.
dreams. Yeah, some of it will be dreams and things. Welcome,
Yeah. I
guys.
mean, but you could feel the anxious and the despair. I mean, you could feel everything. You could feel the bed sheets. You could feel
Hmm.
everything. Like you're actually there. What's up, Kim?
Yeah.
How's it going?
Welcome in. Bye,
Um,
Gemma Sass. Welcome in, RP.
right
Do you
there.
want to give Eli some questions, guys? Put it in chat. We'll
Yeah,
walk back
I
through the
got
chat
one
and
for.
welcome everybody in. Remember, hit the
I
like,
got one.
guys.
I have a couple for
Welcome in, everybody. If
Iron
you want
Horse.
to ask Eli any questions, put it in the chat in capitals
He
and I
was
will
saying
ask
that.
them, guys.
Good question. Iron
Who was
Horse.
it, Eli?
Let me try to get to the question. I was trying not to lose it, but let me see.
Iron says.
Um,
I'll find it. Wait till we
if you
find
don't
it.
mind, he has like three questions he wants to ask. Good questions too. I just can't find it on here.
You just want to just put them back in the chat, guys.
Yeah, Iron
That's
Horse. I know
okay.
you asked
She'll
me a
put it back
question.
in, won't you, Iron Sis?
I mean, because when I talk, man, I'm just like I'm so passionate about like. I mean, it's not passion, but I just want to tell my story to like other people. Like,
You're remembering though.
yeah,
Yeah. It's
okay, it's
okay,
not that. I
Eli.
mean,
You're
it's
not
more
going to
like
remember.
yeah, it's more like
You've got
I went through it and I
to
can share it with you
try.
guys. Like it's more like that. It's more like getting the word out. Like,
Yes, exactly. And it gives us that, like, that's it. It gives us that. Plus, because we don't know, us that do ghost hunting and things, we don't know if we're doing the right thing or not. We're going out and talking to spirits. Are we keeping them from crossing over? Are we doing what everybody says we're doing and raising them out the dead? You know, you don't know until you speak to somebody like you who's actually been on the other side and came back.
It's sort of like gatekeep. Like um, let's talk about that body bag about the guy. You know, the
Thank you,
green or
RP.
whatever he was.
Yes, guys, if you
So
would please put them back in the chat.
I was over this lady's house, one of my friend's house, and I want to remember this. Like he has a black. It's a black body bag. He was pointing down. I'll get to your question in a minute, man. Um, and he said to me, he goes, "Are you sure you're ready to know the real truth?" You know what I mean? Like, you know, yeah. And
Oh,
I was just
that's
like
creepy.
not believing that. I was like, damn it, am I in a
No, just
Hollywood
don't.
movie?
Don't.
How long does it feel? How long does it feel like
How
you
long
were?
did it feel like you were gone? How long were you really dead? Or were you in a coma for part of that time?
Okay, I was the first one um
How
I
long did
it
you
felt
feel you were
it
gone?
was I was in a coma for a month. They revived me 2 times because I died. Um it felt like eternity, dude. It felt like I was there for eons,
Did
years.
it right?
Like, you know what I mean?
Wow.
It felt like it's like Iron Horse. It's like you're here, you're there in your living room, right? You have all your drinks, you have everything. You can touch your bed, you can touch everything. If like it's like your conscience is there, so your new conscience is there now. You know, you forget
Mm,
about what you had in the past, you
right.
know. Um where you haven't put
Because
okay, I
it's
was
not good to you. Isn't
yeah,
it not? I mean, you could have the nicest bottle of wine in front of you and you just can't touch it.
yeah.
See,
Where
that would be
you
interesting to know then.
of
As
time.
the gifts that we give the spirits, such as the
Yeah.
baking them bread and things,
Yeah.
is it any use really then to them? You know,
Well, there
if
was
you
one
can't.
time one I was at my brother's place, but there he wasn't. But I remember I was laying on his bed with someone next to me. I can't remember who it was, but it was not important. So I was right there. He had all his things. He had a TV. I remember this. He had his TV and everything. I remember outside being outside when you're gone. It's like gray. It's
Mm.
like you know what I mean. And you can see outside your house without even getting up, and you can see just
Yeah,
people
see,
walking
that
around.
interests me when you
Yeah,
says that.
and is it true? Like,
Hmm.
here's what I want
It's
to
like you
know:
can
is like,
just think about it and you're there.
yeah, who is like who are? I mean, are those? I don't know. Like the people that I talk to that weren't doctors or who are just regular people. Who are they? Like, are they part of my
Mm.
conscience or? I mean, because when you're on a ventilator, you're. I mean, you got your mind working. You know. I mean, you're in the
Mm.
induced coma. You know, like you know. Yeah. So
It was
what I want
probably
to know
spirits.
who they are communicating. When I was asking for help, I don't know. It sounded like a train station. It felt like it when I was in that bucket I was telling you about, and I couldn't move my arms. But in reality, they had me tied down so I don't
Definitely,
pull out
Dobby.
the tubes. Um, it felt so weird that people didn't want to help out. You know, save me. Okay. Perhaps we should be asking the spirits what they
See,
want to
that's what I
do.
think, Iron. It was just
Yeah, I think
continual
so.
for him, and that's why he started to get tired. And it's as if God made the decision for you that, look, this is what you've been and showing you experiences and things. So that he always probably knew you were coming back, of course, but
Yeah.
you didn't know that until God
Yeah.
placed you back in your body. So you were
I,
definitely been shown all that for a reason.
when I was laying there and I was everything was going on and my saying is if you could just listen you could hear me.
Yeah,
That's my quote. That is my quote
right.
that I hear dear to my heart. Just listen, you can hear me. I mean, honestly, they're just like us. I mean,
Yeah.
um and it's a wild part of it that
So we
like
tell we tell people, just talk to your loved ones. They're right beside you. So you feel that is definitely true, that no matter where your soul has been taken the planet on the other side, that if one of us
Right.
thought about you, you would instantly know.
I'm
Is
just
that what
reading
you
the
mean,
comments.
Eli? Is that what you meant, Eli? That no matter where your soul was took, that if one of your loved ones thought about you, you instantly knew about it when you were in spirit. Is that what you're trying to
There's
say? Yeah.
it's like soulmates, like if
Hmm.
you're really in tune and connected to people, you're gonna feel them. The people that really
Right.
loved you and cared about you. Well, like for instance, my family, my mom and my sister, they didn't give a fuck about me. They were just torturing me with the doctors, finding a cure that wasn't even there. But yeah, for that, those
Yeah,
paranormal.
I know. I know.
Yes,
But it
yes,
shows you that they show you the good and the bad, though. It shows you that your spirits, your consciousness, God, whoever it may be that was taking you around, it shows that they weren't sugarcoating anything. They were showing you how it is.
yeah,
So you were coming back to this earth knowing that your mum and your sister weren't
yeah.
doing the right thing for you. I mean, that must have been pretty hard to explain to them
It
that you knew
was.
that.
It was when I was recovering. They would go to like my therapy because they had me in therapy for like a month or two to
Mhm.
recover and everything. My fiance was the only one there to encourage me, in a positive way. My mom
Yeah,
was
and
just
I
always
feel
there for
that's her love. I
communication.
do. I feel it was
Yeah,
her love that kept you. It
yeah,
kept you
it
grounded
did.
and kept you coming back. It was her determination keeping trying to call you that kept
Yeah,
bringing your consciousness back to the hospital
oh
where
yeah,
your body was. I truly believe that.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Because
It
it's
was.
funny how when you were under that you kept hearing that phone and you kept saying, I have to get to the phone because your consciousness, wherever you were traveling to, knew that you were still human and you were still had a purpose on this life.
Yes, I agree,
That's
and
what I feel
that's what
anyway, guys.
Bobby said that too. There was this one YouTuber that
What sister say?
posted posted a video of a chair, and she did a pretty good job. I think it's Veil Paranormal, and that I don't know if anyone see that video, but that's how it felt. It felt like that phone that phone brought me to that reality of
Mm-hmm.
time,
Yeah.
and all these memories start coming
Yep.
back, and I'm just like, like I mean, I mean, there's just little visions like
Yeah, definitely. I am.
it's just so I don't forget about it. Like it's there, like how can you not? So much confusion, turb. Yeah, it was
Yeah, that's what
honestly
I
like
mean. He was visiting.
I remember. I remember at one point they were they it felt like they were putting stuff in me. It's calculations. It felt like and I remember I
Right.
was they put me on top of a fridge or
Listen.
a shelf. There was other people I just didn't talk to them, but then all my family was around. It felt like New Year's. It felt like I was in Austin, like downtown, and it was
Right.
snowing. And
Right.
I felt the loved ones. I felt people that I don't know what that meant, but I'm not gonna say it. But I felt like they were just people that didn't give a fuck about me. They just give a fuck what they're doing in sorry, excuse my language. That they didn't care what
It's okay.
about my feelings, and I mean, it was lonely.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Imagine being stuffed and made into a dog, like a little bear, and all your loved ones
Yeah.
don't even care about you. And you could feel
Yeah,
the
I
like,
know.
whatever. You could feel the loneliness, man. That was something, like, I mean, imagine just being put there
Yeah.
and just be like you're not existent anymore. I mean, the loneliness, the despair, the tears, the wonder, I mean, the God save me. You know what I mean? I mean, deep down, I was calling for God. You know what I mean? Why am I being put on the shelf
I know.
and
I
be
know.
like, you know what I mean? Like it's that God help me, God help me, God help me. Like it was that
Yeah.
like it was that awful feeling of of I want to go home.
Yeah.
What can I do
Yeah.
to change this? What do I need to understand what life really means and what
I know.
I need to change? with
That'll
that
be
line.
why they were showing you the
So
good things and bad things, so that
yeah,
you knew what you were coming back to. You knew you weren't
yeah.
coming back to love and light here. You knew you were
Hmm.
in the love and light up there. So Eli, jumping forward a little bit, now that it's been 2 years down the line, what do you feel is your purpose of being shown all that? Do you feel there is a purpose that you've been shown it?
When oh man, I don't know. Well, I do know, but I mean, contacting the people that those visions were made for, I guess, or I mean, to better myself in life. I mean, I thought about things, and I thought about what those visions were for, and I know with my rehabilitation, it sucks, but I want to be 100%, but I pretend to be because I mean I don't know. I mean, I think for right now, I'm just trying to better walking with just no cane at all. I mean,
Yeah.
it sucks, but pain in it
It's
because the
one of
pain
those
is
things that's never going to leave you anyway. You're always going
yeah,
to have had that experience.
yeah. Because
So
I'm always
maybe
going
the
to
purpose
doctors
of
and
it isn't
everything.
going to be showed right now.
It
Your
goes well,
sister's saying, "Oh, divine talk to us all different. We all have a part in this world, and we all work different, but we work from the words of the divine and beliefs," which is true. Yeah, we're all
yeah.
got. See, if you go back and watch the live we did the two lives we did, it wasn't all just bad things he's seen. It is traumatic what he's seen, but he was like
Oh,
giving
I
like
will,
loving
Mystical.
feelings and things as well. Yeah, it's definitely
I
been for a
remember,
purpose, even if you don't know it right now, Eli. It's definitely
I
been for a
remember sitting there
purpose.
on, when you have those chairs where they're where it creeps up your skin and you get up and it hurts your leg. One of those chairs. I was sitting there and
Yeah,
like I was looking around. I know you turned this one, but I was looking around and like it felt so comfortable. Like it felt oh, this is weird. But anyways, so I'm just gonna say it's weird.
yeah,
And you hear oh, you know what I mean. You hear females, like going like that, like yelping, but like in the beautiful sound voice.
yeah.
Weird, odd, but like. And I remember someone saying it felt like
But
someone
it's
was
probably the
saying
voices
for
of the
me.
divine
Yeah,
energies.
yeah.
That's probably what you've
It,
been hearing.
Yeah, it's like there's like it's gonna be okay. Don't move. They're gonna take it. That right there. Oh my god, that right there.
Mm.
That feeling's a second. Well, talking to God is like the very first, but that's like the second to the
Right.
third. Like I feel that sometimes. I think about that. Like it kind of like it's a wonderful feeling, but it's like okay, I don't want to be there no more. But yeah, but like it's like
Yeah.
oh, it's more like it's like a
Like being
motherly feeling, but
cuddled off your grandma.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the
It's
best
that
feeling in the
feeling.
world.
It's that feeling,
Yeah.
But what really bugs me is like I was in this bunker and
Right.
they had all these Nazis and the old computers and everything. I actually looked at those computers. They look the
See,
same.
I remember you saying
And
that.
and this lady,
See,
she was
that
there.
makes me think that was a past life, though. There was a couple of things
Probably,
that you said I think was past lives for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
probably. And this lady goes, "What are you
Have you
doing?"
started writing any of it down,
So
or
I
even
was
voice
like, "Should I
recording
write a
it?
book?" Just kidding. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know yet. I mean, some things were personal
Yeah, of
with
course.
everything. I'm not mentioning, but some things were like really personal that held held deep to my heart, and like
Yeah.
it's kind of weird. I remember um they were doing brain surgery. They're about to do brain surgery, and I was looking up. I seen all these knickknacks, but they were like going up, like they were just like rows and rows of knickknacks, and like
Yeah.
I remember it was this little wooden wagon, a wooden chandelier. It's kind of weird. Um,
Yeah.
um, my fiance's brother got married, and I was just looking up. I was looking up because they got married at a like an event, place, and I seen that same chandelier when I looked up where I was eating, and I was like, "What the fuck? Was I meant to be here?
Wow, there you go.
Was I
That's
meant to
probably
be here
been
at this wedding? Like it's
it's probably
amazing."
just so you knew. Mhm.
Yeah, because I knew I was gonna look up since that was
It's
chandelier. I was
one
like,
of
oh.
those things that makes you know that you were.
Mm.
Where else would you see one? It had to
I
be a
think
link.
so. I
You are
think
meant
so.
to guide and to open others to understand near death experiences and about faith and following it. Definitely,
But
Sister Sherry, I feel that too.
I got something to say about that. I mean, like, I know what interviewing. I'm kind of working myself to get up there again, but it's a whole different story. But I mean, I just don't want to be a broken record to other people. Oh my
Yeah,
God, that's all he talks about.
you're not
All he
going to
talks
be.
about.
Eli, what did I tell you? We have got a platform here for people like you,
Yeah.
especially, who want to
Oh yeah.
talk through an experience that they had. We're
Oh
all
yeah.
here as spiritually open people. We're also
Yeah.
here as, I would like to say, um, people that care and want to
Yeah.
help you through it. And it also helps other people. So I
Yeah.
know you're probably not to terms with it yet. Of course,
Yeah.
it's going to take years to
Yeah.
come to terms with things like
Mm.
that. And you'll
You.
probably keep learning more and more. You'll probably remember more and
Oh,
more each day that you've seen.
oh
But
yeah.
we're here
Well,
to help you talk about it. I mean,
oh yeah.
even if you're sitting one night and you remember something and you want to talk to somebody, I'm
Yeah.
always on Messenger or Twitter or something. Just
Yeah.
mail me and say, I remembered something else.
Yeah.
You'll never
Yeah.
be. Put it this
There's
way, if I'm not on the internet there and then, I would get the message in the next day. So
yeah.
you're
Yeah.
never disturbing me.
Oh
And all
yeah.
the
Well, there
girls in the
was
chat are the same. Mystical, Sherry, Uncle
yeah.
Danny.
There
We're
was this
all here for you.
there was this one. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Sorry. It's interesting. I watched all these interviews on here. And yeah. I made one on mine when I first came back. There was some where I went into detail because it was all fresh in my mind. If you guys want to put my link out there, you can find it. I think it's like
Right.
my recovery or my. Hold on a second. If I find it. I don't know if I'm a mod on your channel or not. I don't know. I'll put it out. Um,
Yeah, put it in the chat, Eli.
hold on, give me a second.
It's interesting, Eli. I've watched all of the interviews on here, Danny's and Mysticals. It's definitely interesting, I am, isn't it? It gives you a different perspective. I mean, you hear about people having near death experiences, and some will say, yeah, I went to the other side and I came back, but not a lot of people go into depth about what they've seen. So I admire you, Eli, for sitting here and telling us what you went through. It can't be easy to keep going over it.
I mean,
Yeah,
some are
it's
some
fascinating, demons, isn't it?
some is some I mean
Mystical,
some. Sorry.
mystical saying some people believe once they die, that's it, that they no longer exist. Your experiences let them know that there's more that exists after passing. See? Yeah. I
I
mean, for
typed in
some
the chat.
people, they probably do go straight to heaven and don't come back and things. That'll be the majority what happens. But there is people like Eli where they
Yep,
die, they come back.
that's
It's
true.
just the way it is.
Some die.
Sorry, what you said, Eli?
Oh,
Get
I
your
typed in
channel?
chat, and then I'll put up my old video that I did a few
Okay.
years back. So I can put it. But yeah, you're right. I mean, um, it's so true that like some people don't come back and tell about it. Some are different. Some are just like, wow, like, shit. I wish I went to heaven. Like, I mean, and seen the doors. I mean, not hell, but but like,
Let me click that up. Yeah, it
okay,
says.
okay. I can tell you one more. Oh, give me a second. Okay.
See, the thing is, we're watching a lot of the other people do it. We don't know them, whereas we know Eli. Well, I've knew Eli for years because he parachills and different things, guys. So I trust Eli and I know him. So therefore, I'm more likely to believe his
Okay.
experience and want to
It
talk to
didn't
him
let
about
me.
it than watching a stranger.
I'm gonna
Sorry,
send it
Eli,
to
what
your.
you saying, brother?
I'm gonna send it to your Twitter because I'm not a mod yet. I
Right,
can't put
okay.
it out.
Oh, you need
Um,
moderate. I'll moderate you.
it's right there. I
Let's
send
see
it to
here.
you, and that's where
Let's see
I
when I'll
go
get.
more into detail about everything. You will find these things as you go along. You don't have to. That's fine. That's fine, Sherry. We can talk to go along. You don't have to just talk of you, but others may face it. I don't mind talking about it. I mean, I don't mind talking about it, and it makes me probably sometimes think about more of it. I mean, maybe next time we go in like
Yeah.
details, like what I seen and what I felt and what I smell. I mean, you smell everything, you feel everything. Like, let's say you bump into a table on the other side, you can feel that pain like 10 times worse than you do in real life. And let me ask you,
Uh-huh.
tell you something too. That pain on that toe, it vibrates through your whole body,
Right.
not just that one spot.
Right,
Oh
guys,
yeah.
this is
Oh,
the video that Eli's talking about where he talks more about it.
thank you.
Definitely check it out, guys. That's the one on his channel, guys, where when he first came out of the hospital, he was speaking about it. So we'll definitely watch that, and we'll see if we can maybe place a little
Yeah.
bit more together with what he's told us the last month.
Mhm.
Because I want to
There was.
help Eli, and I know there's a lot of girls in the chat, the ladies in the chat, and Uncle
Mhm.
Danny, and things we want to help you through it, Eli. You're
Yeah.
one of our
It's like it could
biggest
be hard
supporters.
sometimes.
You're always in.
Oh yeah. There was this one where, well, I
Guys, and I want to
appreciate it.
tell you as well quickly before I
Go
want to
ahead. Go
tell
ahead.
you as well quickly just to mention this as well. What we the couple well, I don't know if you remember the Covington Castle that Chris and I done a couple of months ago. On that
Yeah.
investigation, the spirit talker said Eli he died.
Oh
So
wow.
we think as well that was the spirits telling us that Eli was important because he had died and came back in a roundabout sort of way. I feel as if that's what the spirits have been trying to tell us that look, Eli died, you'll have to help him.
Yeah. Mm, no.
Remember, if you've got any questions you want to ask Eli, guys, put it in the chat. We have only got 15 minutes left because I know Sister
Oh
Christina will be
yeah.
going live.
Oh yeah. Well, there's one. I was in this elevator, and something was attacking my fiance. I attacked the back. And then all of a sudden she was okay. I was in this room full of bodies, like in this freezer, and like I was going through them
Yeah,
and everything. Smell gross. Um,
yeah,
and then I remember this thing with sharp knives were just like there is teeth, going down. Like I mean,
yeah.
it was gross. Yeah. And he goes, "You want to be next?" Yeah, it was
It
crazy.
shows you though that there is evil things walk about as well, guys. There's spirits walk around. There's elementals walk around. There's spirit animals walk around. But you've got to remember there is also those negative energies, especially somewhere like a hospital where there's been car crashes, a lot of blood, a lot of trauma. There's going to
Well,
be entities around there that just go around to swallow up that energy, that negativity.
well, I say like this with them. Some are not real in this earth. Some are ancient. Some just are part of this earth. Way before
Yeah.
us. And they
Yes.
can really harm you too.
Mhm.
By the way. So.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Lisa Fry was saying the other day in one of her live streams that there's many,
Oh yeah,
many
fire.
civilizations still
Yep.
under our feet, ancient civilizations under our feet. That the spirits probably she said about the ancient civilizations. So I'm saying, well, think about it. Those ancient civilizations are still going to have spirits. So those spirit energies are
Yeah.
going to come to our realm.
Yeah. That's true. That's
Is there
true.
any more questions for him, guys, before we go?
Yeah, because I gotta head off and
We'll
yeah.
definitely get Eli back, guys. This is his first time up in my channel, but there'll probably be a part two because we do want to help him through it. And we want to help him realise how we can help other people through his experiences.
Oh wow, Tina for real? Wow.
My
Nice.
God, I just realised something this last week and today when I was speaking with the spirits before crossing them. All right, crossing them over Eli name. There you go, Phoenix. I think it's
There
to
you go.
let
Yeah,
us all
I don't know.
know that
I don't know
Eli's
about the
important.
children one, but okay. She goes, Eli, you're the chosen one. I was like, I don't know about that. Okay, Mystical said that.
Well, you're chosen in a certain way, Eli. So
Well,
stop doing
hey,
yourself an injustice. See, I believe as well, though. See, remember how people have always told us that once you die, you go back and you're shown like old memories, you're shown experiences where you either did a good thing or a bad thing.
oh, I
And you
agree
can
with you.
also choose to stay. You can also choose to be like a kid spirit, go back to being a 2-year-old if you wanted. So I think a lot of the spirits that we run into who's kids, it's people that's died in adulthood who's chosen to be a kid because they were at their happiest.
It was
You know,
weird
so
because
so a lot
when
of the kid
my
spirits
oh, go
that
ahead.
walk around maybe the hospital and things, maybe go
Yeah,
back to being a kid because that's where they felt the safest. Who knows? You know?
yeah.
Sorry, what were you going to say, Eli?
No, I was just gonna say, like, I was gonna mention, there was, I was in this garage and there was a tall black guy and a little girl, and they were in they were in this what do you call it garage, and there was two people on the other side who just watching them, and to me it felt like they died there. They died in that garage, and no one can help them. And
Yeah.
I think that was the most saddest one that I ever know. But you can smell the plague. You can, like I said, you can feel everything, touch everything. You can sense them. You get It's weird, but yeah.
I'm just going back some of the
That's
comments,
a lot of
Eli.
fucking messages, man. Shit.
Yes, there's a whole other realm in the same place as our physical one, which has so many different beings moving around. Definitely, Demoness. Definitely.
Thanks, man. I agree. I agree, man. I mean, with my new channel, I'm gonna interview someone that passed away, and that knows how I felt and But I'm just gonna be saying that like in a couple of weeks, maybe. So, um,
Well, that's another idea, Eli. Start talking to people that's maybe had the same experience as you and
yeah,
try and see if you can. Maybe they're struggling with it a little more than you,
yeah,
and maybe that'll help you to help them
yeah.
while helping them. If you know what I mean, you'll help each other.
Yeah.
It's a thing
Okay,
to
can I
think
say
about.
something? When it's just a feeling of like floating in the air, it's more like sort of like it's sort of like just being normal. It feels like you know, like you're
Just
gliding.
a sense of being.
It's just,
Yeah,
it's,
just a
it's,
sense of
it's,
being here.
it's not like we. It's more like it's more like dead air. It's more like you're just there. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I get it.
yeah,
Hmm.
weird. Yeah, or even going through walls too. It sucks. But yeah, but God's good, guys. Thanks for coming, guys. I
Chosen to
appreciate
be
it.
of service for the spirit realm, which is something we all are. That's definitely it, Demoness, isn't it?
Chose to miss. Yep.
Oh,
Oh
Phoenix
yeah.
got a message. Heard. Eli just
What's
heard they have a mission for you.
Oh
See,
yeah.
that makes
I just
sense. Yeah.
when I first, like, real quick, when I first came, I know you're pressing time, but when I first came back, I oh man, I
That's
remember
okay.
learning how to stand again, learning how to walk again. I remember I couldn't when they got me off the chair, I couldn't even lift my head off the bed, the pillow. I mean, that's how bad it was. I remember trying to stand,
Yeah.
and my right leg's been getting strong, it's strong now. I couldn't even stand up, to be honest. I couldn't even lift my butt off the chair.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
Shows you,
I'm
doesn't
good
it?
now, but
I am not necessarily. I am saying, wouldn't you have to understand your experience and learn something before you would teach others? Not really, Iron, because you can. As long as you've got the attitude that you don't know better than somebody else, then you can talk about it and work through the experience together. As
I
long as
agree.
you have it in your mind that you're not right, they're not right, that it's
Mhm.
two separate experiences, you know? Well,
I,
that's my
I
theory
I
anyway.
honestly feel that there's more you want to ask, but like some things that aren't meant to be said yet. You know what I mean? Like I can't
See
answer
that?
more.
There's that as well. Especially if they know you're coming back here. They're not going to
Yeah,
show you everything,
not there. I
you know?
mean,
Definitely,
or like
sis. I feel that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all I gotta say is, if you could just listen, you can hear me. Please take that in consideration. And thank you
Yeah.
for believing in my journey. Thank you. Thank you for listening to me and my
You're a
story.
sweetheart, Eli. Honestly, you're going to help a lot of people. You really are. You're going to help a lot of people. Right, guys, we are going to end it for tonight. It is 11:30 here in Scotland. Time has flew in as usual. And guys, there's the message for Eli. Just remember, your loved ones are around you. The cord is not severed. They are here.
Thanks,
And
guys.
Eli, I for one, I am so happy that you didn't get took away to the other side. I am happy that you came back.
Mm,
For one, to
I tell
teach
you
other
that.
people, and
I
because you
tell you
are an
that.
awesome human being.
Beautiful over there. Don't go. Come back. Share your stories. God will
Yeah.
understand.
And
Talk to
tell
him.
your fiance from me that I do believe that she's the reason that kept your soul on this earth. I feel as if she had a big part in it.
Oh yeah, she knows.
Well,
She
Sister
knows she's
Sherry.
loved and special.
Yeah. I'm not saying now, but that's why they want him to learn and understand. Then when
Yeah.
he's ready, he can help. Definitely, I feel that, and I feel keeping talking about it is going to help him and help
Oh yeah.
others. Bye, Shaman. I'll speak to you soon.
All right.
Right,
Bye.
everybody, I'm going to end the show now, and I will speak to you all soon. Remember, we are on
Hey,
Uncle Danny's channel tomorrow night in my chat. I can't remember if Uncle Danny meant I have to go to his channel tomorrow night or we're doing my live with him tomorrow night. But we'll figure it out, guys, and I will see you
I'm on
there.
Twitter, by the way. So sorry.
Yeah, everybody, you'll get him on Twitter. Okay? He's under. In fact, do you want to put your Twitter link in the chat
Um.
so people can
Oh,
talk to you?
I
Or
don't
you don't
got.
want it that public?
I'm not a mod, but if you could put it out there,
I'll mod you right now. Yeah, I'll mod you. Right, we'll get Eli modded. You can
I'm
put your
so
links
used to
in,
not putting it
guys.
out there because
And remember,
I,
if any of you want to reach out to Eli to keep talking about his experiences with you, remember, give him a mail.
I'll also put quotes up to you, by the way, if y'all want to read them too. Let me get on my
Yeah,
Twitter real quick.
remember, give him a mail. We'll find your comment, Eli.
It's
Where
hold on.
are
Let
you?
me see if I can type it. I'm gonna type it in.
There you
It's
are there. Right. Right, okay. You should be blue now, Eli.
okay. I'm gonna type it in there.
Thank you guys for hitting that like button. Remember, guys, memberships are available on the channel. I have lowered the membership, so if any of you want to check it out, become a member. There is behind the scenes videos get posted. I haven't put any up for a couple of weeks, guys, because I've no data in my phone. But I'm going to get a top up tomorrow, and the live streams, the daily updates, will be happening again. So if you want to become a member, I'm more than appreciate it. I really do.
I'm gonna
Thank
remember.
you for becoming a member, Curtis. Let's make it 5 members now, guys.
I think I put it on there. I'm not sure if it works.
Yeah,
But
that's it, guys. There is Twitter link there. If everybody wants to hit that.
yeah, just look it up. If not, then So.
Yeah,
That, thanks for having me, guys. Stay positive,
no
guys.
problem. I'm going to run the outro that Christopher made me, and I will catch you all in the next one, everybody. Okay, take care, and remember, just keep talking to each other and being good. That's all you can do in this life. Bye for now. Bye, guys.